The first time she raised her bow to kill him, her hands were steady, but her heart was not. Nair of the Mescalero Apache had tracked the cowboy for 3 days across the dry veins of New Mexico. She knew his horse's limp. She knew the way he favored his left side. She knew his name, even though he had never spoken it to her. Ethan Cole, the man she believed had led the raid that burned her village and left her younger brother dead beneath the ashes. Revenge was the only thing keeping her alive. She watched him now from behind a line of red rocks, the sun melting into the horizon like blood into sand. He dismounted slowly, exhaustion carved into every movement. When he knelt to pour water into a tin cup, Naya drew her arrow and aimed for his back. And then she saw it. His hands were shaking, not with fear, but with pain. Before we continue this powerful story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Frontier Heart Stories, where every story reminds us that kindness still matters. Naya had promised herself she would not hesitate. The spirits of her ancestors demanded justice. Her brother's laughter still echoed in her memory, unfinished, stolen. Every step of this hunt had been fueled by that loss. Yet something about this moment felt wrong. Ethan didn't look like a killer celebrating freedom. He looked like a man barely holding himself together. He winced as he reached into his saddlebag and pulled out a blood-soaked cloth, pressing it against his ribs. Naya noticed the deep gash beneath his torn shirt, an old wound badly healed. A man who had led a massacre would not be traveling alone, wounded and half-starved. Still, lies had many faces. She stepped from the rocks, arrow still drawn. The wind shifted and Ethan froze. "I know you're there," he said quietly, not turning around. "If you're here to finish me, I won't run." That surprised her. "Why?" she demanded, her voice sharp as flint. "Why won't you run?" He slowly turned. His eyes widened not with hatred but recognition, respect, maybe even relief. "Because I'm tired," he said. "And because I don't believe running fixes what's already broken." Her chest tightened. She hated that answer. She accused him then, spoke of the raid, the fire, the Apache blood spilled in the night. She told him her brother's name. She told him how he died trying to protect their mother. Ethan listened without interrupting. When she finished, the silence felt heavier than gunfire. "I was there," he said at last. "But I didn't lead it." Her grip tightened. "I tried to stop it," he continued, voice cracking. "I warned them the village was peaceful. They didn't care. When the shooting started, I pulled a boy out of the flames. I thought he lived." Naya's breath caught. "He had a scar," Ethan added, "on his chin from falling out of a tree." Her arrow lowered without her realizing it. That scar belonged to her brother. Pain surged through her, not the sharp kind, but the kind that hollowed you out, the kind that made room for doubt. "If you're lying," she whispered, "I will kill you slowly." He nodded. "That's fair." That night the desert grew cold. Ethan collapsed near the fire he struggled to light. Infection had set in. Naya saw it in the fever, the way he drifted in and out of consciousness. She had a choice: finish what she started, or save the man she had sworn to kill. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her memory. Revenge feeds the wound. Compassion heals it. Against every instinct, Naya treated his wound. She used herbs her people had trusted for generations. She cooled his fever. When he woke, confused and weak, he saw her sitting beside him, not as an enemy, but as a guardian. "Why?" he asked. She answered honestly, "Because killing you won't bring my brother back." Days passed, then weeks. As Ethan healed, they traveled together, two wounded souls crossing an unforgiving land. He told her of his regret, of leaving the ranch life behind after the raid, unable to live with the guilt. She told him of her dreams, of the songs her mother used to sing, of the way laughter once filled her world. Somewhere between shared water and shared silence, something changed. The man she hunted became the man who listened. The woman fueled by revenge became a woman choosing mercy. The twist came when they reached a trading post and learned the truth. The real leader of the raid had been captured weeks earlier and hanged. Justice, cruel and final, had already been served. Naya felt her knees weaken, all that anger, all that hatred, and the man before her was never meant to be its target. That night, Ethan spoke softly. "If you still want to walk away, I'll understand." She looked at him, this broken cowboy who had chosen honesty over survival, compassion over comfort. "No," she said. "I don't want to walk away." She reached for his hand, and he didn't pull back. Years later, travelers spoke of an Apache woman and a cowboy who built a small life between two worlds, a place where kindness was language enough, where pain didn't decide the future. Naya never forgot her brother. But she learned something powerful in the Wild West, that love born from compassion can end a cycle that violence never could. And sometimes, the greatest act of revenge is choosing to heal instead.